Alright everybody, welcome back. I took quite a bit of time here messing with this one. The Alpine a110. This car is very cool looking. I love the car, but oh my god, this car is a freaking nightmare to drive and to try to tune it to get it to handle without just wiping out on every curve or every road change or anything. This thing is squirrely, it's slippery, it's greasy, it's French. I don't know what else to say. This car is difficult to drive. We did manage to get it to a, I'm going to say, semi-controllable state. And that's not saying much because it is really difficult to drive. This thing is, you got to have the hands of a neurosurgeon to operate this thing. As you can see, she wipes out real easy. But what I learned is, if you drive it like a drift car, you can manage it. But not a good drift car. Like a drift car with piss poor ass suspension, shit for grip, and with too much weight in the rear end. Honestly, if they would have made this thing mid-rear instead of rear, instead of putting the engine behind the rear tires, if they would have put it in front of the rear tires, this car would be dope as shit. But the fact that the engine lies all the way in the back of the car is the biggest problem with this car. We did manage to, by the last lap, we did manage to get this thing under control. She's squirrely. She's squirrely to say the least. It is very squirrely. We did manage to control it, and we're on a Blue Moon Raceway here. You see, I'm still not. I need a lot of practice with this car if I'm actually going to master it, but I don't think I'm gonna. This thing is just a little. It's not competitive enough in other races to actually make it worth mastering. To me, it's just. It's not good on the dirt. It's not good on pavement. It's just not good. This thing is just very difficult to control. But we're going to hop out of here, and I'll show you what I did to it to make it, I'm not going to say good. I made it to where I can drive it. I could get it around the course without completely going ass for teacup. But as far as getting it to making it into a track weapon or even an alternative low-end sports car to drive, no, did not. I did not do what I set out to do. All I managed to do was make it somewhat drivable. That's it. And I mean, against competition, against human players, no, absolutely not. This would be the last car I'd choose. I mean, even on a bet, they're like, hey, man, I bet you can't beat me to the Alpine. Like, you're right, I cannot. It's just not good. But like I said, if you drive it like a drift car, you can manage it. And that's the thing. You got, and not just an actual drift car, like an arcade racing game drift car. Like, I guess that's the best way to describe it. This thing is utterly ridiculous. It is worse than the Stratos. But anyway, I'll leave you with that one. Let's go and let's pop out, and I'll show you what I did to it. And if you have any interest in this car at all, please do a video or send me the link or something and let me know what you did to make this thing drivable. I don't think it's possible. This thing is ridiculous. Well, we'll pop in here, and I'll show you what I did to it. So, okay, we're sitting at 576 performance points. Horsepower is only 233, which ain't much. Don't got shit for torque. Small displacement. Weight is only 1,700 pounds. I thought about keeping it heavy, but that ain't going to help either if it's just going to slide all over the track. I did put a suspension kit in it, thinking that would help. I did 106, 108. Didn't help. Stiffened up the compression expansion. Didn't help. Evened out the frequency. Didn't help. I put a limited slip differential on it. Didn't help. We're at 200 on our gear ratio. I put a weight ballast, some weight in it. I put 100 kilograms on it and shifted it more toward the middle of the car to kind of balance it a little bit. I think that helped a little. We got an air filter, semi-racing muffler, exhaust manifold, sport brakes, racing pads, brake balance controller, very important, shifted 3 to the rear. We did a steering angle adapter. That's so that way I can bring it back around, like I said, like a drift car. We got semi-racing, clutch flywheel. We did bore up, stroke up, engine balancing, port polish, basically everything you could do with the engine tuning. One-step weight reduction, and we increased the rigidity. That is what we did with this damn thing. You've seen the results. That's what we did with it. I like the car. It's a cool looking car. It's a fun car to drive if you're not serious. If you don't want to win, it's a cool car to drive, to play with. I dig the style, I really do. And I don't like too many French cars, but I do dig the style of it. It's a fun car to drive. It is. But it's not controllable. It's very, very difficult to control this thing. But like I said, it's a cool looking car. I do dig the style of it. I do like the looks. I think it's a very cool looking car, but ultimately, it's just not... honestly, I wouldn't take this car unless you're just goofing around. But let me know what you did, if anything, with this car. If you've even driven this car, if you have any interest in driving it, let me know what you did. Did you find a way to manage this thing, to make it stable with some traction and some grip? Let me know, please. I'll see you guys on the next build, which might not be tomorrow. I got a big day of work tomorrow. Probably not going to get a chance to do any builds tomorrow, but I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching, and please let me know what you did with this thing.